Are you ready for a magical experience this morning with our fantasy fairy tales and first cause? Well, we have some music for you today, and let's begin.
All right, we're gonna have a sing-along, and I'm sorry I tried to get the words up, but we didn't get them up quite in time. But you guys have done this before, hallelujah. This side is going to be with Reverend Pixie.
Oh, I was supposed to say that. I'm so sorry.
So this side of the room is going to be with Reverend Pixie and Sonia doing the hallelujah.
We're doing hallelujah. We're going to do it big. We're going to do it strong. We're going to beat this side over here,
And
right?
this side is going to be with Elaine and I doing I'm going to let myself be lifted. So
we didn't sing our part. Why'd you get to sing your part?
I sing a little of yours. I sing a little of yours because we need all. We're going to take the advantage.
They can choose.
Yes, and you can really choose whichever side you want to. And I'm sorry, I did try to get the slides up, but I ran out of time.
Yeah, you know,
Let me get this quick.
simple stuff.
Here we go.
Every time I feel this way, this old familiar sinking, I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. You guys ready? Okay. Hallelujah. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. Hallelujah. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. Hallelujah. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. By and by, I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. It's been said, and I do believe, as you ask, so shall you receive. So take from me these troubles, bring me sweet release, where the river will never run dry. Hallelujah. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. Hallelujah. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. Hallelujah. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. By and by, I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. There is a river in this heart of hearts, with the knowingness of my highest good. I am willing, I will do my part, where the river will never run dry. Here we go. Stand up, everybody. Stand up. Hallelujah. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. Hallelujah. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. By and by, I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. Hallelujah. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. Hallelujah. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. Hallelujah. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. By and by, I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. Where the river will never run dry. This river will never run dry.
We did good over here. Good job. Thank you, One Voice. Woohoo! Okay, are we ready for a journey this morning? Well, we'll release the kids first. Release the hounds. They're going with Kathy this morning and having a good time and a great affirmation, I'm certain. So this morning, let's start with our vision statement. And we're going to say this big and strong with our outside voices. We say this together. Lighting the path to peace together. That's what you're doing in this crazy world. You are the light, and you're holding it high, and you're holding it strong. Don't forget that. You really have a great purpose in this world. And a little bit about Amani is that we are open and inclusive spiritual community. All faiths, paths, and religions we know have a common thread of truth. We are also a place where we can learn and grow. We've started some new classes, Reverend Sherry with 4 agreements. We have some other wonderful classes coming up and some ways to really grow strong in consciousness. And it is a safe and welcoming space, and Sunday is for filling your cup full and being inspired. So thank you so much for being here this morning. Do we have anybody that's new for the first time? I know we have some visitors from afar. Yes, welcome. Wonderful to have you guys here this morning. And also a little bit about classes you can take. We just have a graduation. We're going to have a graduation April 14th. April 12th, I think it is. Somebody that's getting their practitioner certification. 4 years. Well, now she's running a center in South Dakota. So you never know where these classes can take you. And maybe you don't think you sign up to be a practitioner. I certainly didn't sign up to be a minister. And here I am, and here we are. And it's a wonderful, great journey. But we offer what's called affirmative prayer. So after service, practitioners are available to pray with you. It's huge. It's powerful. I don't know why people aren't take advantage of this and how helpful it is to your life. So the practitioners raise their hands. Yes. It's almost one for every person in here. Get prayer after service. It works wonders. All right, so how about we get some announcements here. Marcy's going to tell us what's going on.
Hello, everybody. I am wearing my grandmother's hat, grandma's hat. I got a whole box of her hats, so I might switch it up a few times. I really wanted to wear her shoes. I can't wear these shoes, guys, but please appreciate that my grandmother danced all night in these shoes. All right. This is the month of March, and we're just a little past the halfway point. It's the 22nd. Our theme is fairy tales, fantasy, and first cause. So a fun month, a really fun month. And, of course, this is our dress-up Sunday. So today we have the very wonderful Reverend Sherry Wynn. And then we finish out this month. It's a 5-Sunday month, which is always my favorite, with the amazing Gary Lynn Floyd next week. So make sure you show up for that. Bring your friends. Don't miss it. He's amazing. And I don't get him here as much as I would love to, but you will not be disappointed if you make that journey to come, no matter what. All right, this is our dress-up day, fairy tales, fantasy, and first cause. So some of you are wearing something to express your fantasy. For me, it was always dress-up was like one of the things that I did when I was a kid. And it always included a big old beauty mark on my face and a lot of makeup, and then grandma's clothes, mom's clothes, whatever I could get my hands on. So thank you for participating. Today, we also have after service. Oh, I forgot we had that. I just realized we've got a little bit of a conflict. We'll figure it out. We have Leaving a Legacy of Faith today, and that is brought to us by Alexa R. Cariaga. And that's going to be just talking about what kind of legacy you leave and ways to do that when you leave the planet. What are you going to leave behind, and how would you like it to serve the world? So that starts right after service. I don't think we have an exact time on that, but basically we'll do that right here. And then again, Gary Lynn Floyd. So this he'll be here on Sunday doing the talk, but we're doing a house concert at my house, and it's going to be a fundraiser. So we're going to have an all-you-can-eat buffet, a dessert buffet. You're going to get a signature cocktail from my wonderful friend who's a professional bartender, and then get to hear the wonderful Gary Lynn Floyd, all for $75. But Wendy has very generously donated her 2 tickets because she's going to be out of town now. So we're going to raffle those off because I know for some folks $75 might be a little pricey. So you're going to have some opportunities to get a ticket with an entry as low as $10. So we'll be selling those raffle tickets today. We're going to sell them until Thursday, and we're going to announce it Thursday at 6. You don't have to be there. I don't even know where there is, probably at my house, to to receive it. But make sure you put your phone number, your name and your phone number, and I'll call you if you win, because the party is Saturday night. So 2 tickets will be raffled. You can get 1 entry for 10, 2 for 15, or 3 for 20. And again, I'll draw those Thursday night, and then I'll let you know. So get a ticket. Kathy will probably help me with that, with selling those tickets afterwards, and maybe Gina. And if you haven't had a chance to get a ticket for the show, for the fundraiser, please do. It's a great fundraiser for the center, but it's going to be such a fun night, and the weather's going to be beautiful, and Gary is just so lovely. We're also looking for raffle items for donations, and I did get a couple of things so that we can have a raffle that night, just helping to raise more money for the center. If you've got something, a service, or maybe an art item, or just something that you would like to share with the Amani Center that we could raffle, let me know. Even if we don't do it this one, we are looking to do that more often, to just keep the funding coming in a real gentle way without having to push on people. Okay, boy, we got a lot of slides for this. So we kind of talked about this. Oh, the only thing I didn't mention was Sunday after service next week, we're going to have a song circle. So Gary did that last time, and that is like, it's donation-based, and we just circle the chairs up and just sing some songs with him. So that's really fun for those of you who like to sing. And it's singing is such a nervous system regulating process, and it's so fun and joyful. So I hope you'll join us for that. Next week is Potluck Sunday, last Sunday of the month. And we have a patio cleanup coming on April 11th, so that's the opportunity to show up and get our patio back in shape. We got some weeds to pull. We're going to repot some of the plants, do some leaf blowing, hang up the shade sails. It's starting to get a little hot out there. So if you can help with that, we're doing that from 9 to 12 on April 11th. And then we have an acting workshop that is coming up April 19th, and that is with Melanie Smith, and that's Gary Weinberg's wife, and she's amazing. So she is doing an all-day workshop. It starts at noon, and it's $100 per person, and there's going to be relaxation, focus, vocal production, theater game, acting technique, and scene work. So if you have any questions about that, you can reach out to Melanie, but this is a workshop she's done that people just love, and it's really fun. So I hope you will sign up for that. And then we have a breath work. We have a couple of breath works coming up next month. So this is one of them. This one will be on the 24th. It's a Friday night, and that's with Stephanie Dawn. She's been here before. And then, let's see, is the other one in here? Walk and hike group. I have not picked out a hike for this week, but if you want to be included, what I'm doing is I'm sending out a text when I pick where we're going, and then anyone who can join will join. Ralph and Alice joined me at Cronin Ranch on Friday. We had such a great walk. We walked for over 2 hours. We brought our dogs. It was just gorgeous out. So some of them are shorter. They can be whatever we want. So if you want to join, let me know. And then Mark just walked in, and he looks fantastic. Everybody, look at Mark. Just let me know, and we'll figure out what the next one is. Okay, the one thing that's not in here, and I guess we'll just do it on the patio, is the Yosemite retreat. Anyone on that retreat, we're going to do a little Q&A. So we'll just do that probably on the patio afterwards, or in the gathering space if it's too hot out there. That's just for people who sign up for that retreat, so we can do a little answer your questions. I don't have that slide up here yet, and I don't know why, but yes, I'll hopefully have that on there next week. But Diane Mannering is here, and she'll be doing a wonderful breath work on a Saturday, April 4th, from 10 to 12. That's the day before Easter, and so that's going to be another opportunity to do some beautiful breath work here at the Amani Center. All right, I think that's all the announcements. That was a lot. Thank you for silencing your phone, and then Reverend Belinda's going to come back up and bless the service.
Thank you, Marcy. Gary's going to be busy, huh? Going to squeeze him. He's here, use him. All right, will you guys join me in blessing this service, this beautiful Sunday morning? So we close our eyes and gaze upward at that light within. Because we know that there is a beautiful power and presence all around us in its full magnificence. It clothes us and holds us and lifts us. And it is right here with us in this place we call the Amani Center. And as we've gathered here together in communion and fellowship, we know that the divine is right here where we are. And we are so blessed for this space and for each other, knowing that each of you brings such a warm and loving heart, open, willing, and joyful. And so we're grateful and thankful for all your service, for the music, for the volunteers, for every person that holds this place in their heart and keeps it functioning so that we all can be blessed. So thank you, sweet Spirit, for every gift, every person, every bit of wisdom and information we receive today. We take it within so that as we leave, we lift this planet because we know the truth and we've experienced it right here where we are. So we release this and let it go, knowing that we walk in divine light and we are the light. As we say together, and so it is. You ready for an affirmation?
All right, we are going to do our affirmation today. We're going to speak it 3 times. The first time we say it with energy, enthusiasm, really bring the energy into the words. The second time we drop down and we say it with a whisper and just really sort of take that in. And then the third time, just join me mentally as I speak it aloud. All right, let's begin. I am united with the source that animates all life. This sweet, innocent connection is always with me. I am united with the source that animates all life. This sweet, innocent connection is always with me. I am united with the source that animates all life. This sweet, innocent connection is always with me. Today's affirmation is brought to us by Reverend Sherry Wynn, and together we say, and so it is. All right, we're going to have another song to lead us into our meditation.
And we will care for each other as the world around us unravels, and we will tend to the spark of hope that lives within our grieving hearts. And we are here now, we have present moment, lifting our voices and hearts. And we are here now in this present moment, we are tending the spark of hope. Oh, may it grow. And we will care for each other as the world around us unravels, and we will tend to the spark of hope that lives within our grieving hearts. And we are here now in this present moment, lifting our voices and hearts. And we are here now, we have come together, we are tending the spark of hope. Oh, may it grow. And we will care for each other.
Just let that music bring you in to your time of meditation. Receiving that cleansing breath filling the lungs, filling the belly, and dropping into this sacred space right here, right now, in this divine instant. We are here to fill our cups. We are here to support each other and be supported. We are here to receive all of the good, all of the abundance, all of the joy and the insight that is ours right now. And so we're going to go into a few moments of silence for our meditation. But I just encourage you to be absolutely present, open to whatever is here for you today. You may receive messages, insights, answers to questions, or just a feeling of bliss, or peace, or a knowing that all is well. Allow it to come to you. Enjoy your meditation. And staying in this space for a few moments longer, it's time for a healing treatment, a healing prayer. We know that there is only our source, spirit, God, nature, the universe, whatever word you use to denote that energy, that divine guidance that put us all here, that breathes us each and every day. And so knowing that we are one with this, we can know our absolute perfection and divine unfoldment. So in a moment, I'm going to encourage you to speak aloud the name or names of any situations, any individuals, anything that you would love to know the divinity of God in, the perfection of health, of situation, of what is unfolding. And you can speak aloud names of friends, family, situations in the world, and yourself. And we will just drop that into this space and just shine this loving light of wholeness and healing upon it. So go ahead right now and speak those names or names right now. Just feeling that energy expand with all of these names, these situations, these people and places. We just know the oneness of all of it with spirit. And in knowing this oneness, we know that all is well, all is unfolding divinely. And we shine our love, our comfort, our peace, our joy, our healing energy upon all of these situations, sending love, sending comfort as we walk through some challenging times. But we know something better is unfolding right now, and we're part of bringing that unfoldment upon it, upon the world, upon all of these situations. And I'm so grateful to know that. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Right now, you're doing the work. You're showing up. You're working in your purpose. You're using your gifts and your love and your bright light to heal, to unfold something better, including a world that works for everyone. That's why we're here. So I'm so grateful for you. I'm grateful for the Amani Center for providing us this place where we can do this good work, where we can have our classes and our Sunday experience and our fun and our good work and workshops and be part of that solution on the planet. So with great gratitude for all of you, for all of this, I release my word into the law. I know that as I speak it, it is planted. It is a seed that will grow and is already growing, and that all is truly well. And together we say, and so it is. All right, we have another song from One Voice.
Are we on Rainbow Connection?
Yes.
I want to say that there has been a beautiful unfolding of people coming forward who want to join service and be a part of the choir and sing, and it has been so lovely, and I absolutely welcome it. There's always going to be maybe a new face here and there, but always faces that you're going to recognize. So I think it's very exciting, and I just want to thank everybody that's putting their feet forward and stepping into the fray. If I could conjure a few more musicians, it would be. I'm really looking for a bass player. Does anybody know a bass player?
Yes. So it is.
So it is.
Hallelujah.
I know you can't do two. I understand.
At the same time.
Just without the bass there.
Double neck banjo and guitar.
There you go. And ukulele. Don't forget. It's all about connection. It's all about connection. And sometimes there's rainbows involved.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows, and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the
I brought no outfit, so I got, for a second, some sparkle.
Oh, I love your wings. Wings in the background. So good morning, Amani. I love how it keeps filling up. There's a few people, and then they keep filling up and coming in and coming in. So my topic this month was sweet innocence, and I never know what I'm going to talk about. And I do something that I do a lot of, which is I throw it out to the universe. I declare that whatever it is I need to know or need to have or need to be is going to show up right in a timely fashion. And so when this shows up, I thought, I don't know that I know what that means. I don't know if I have that completely under my belt yet. And so life unfolds by me experiencing things so that I can have a better awareness of what it is that I want to bring. And so I want you to, for a moment, I want you to imagine. Now, not all of us came dressed up, but I bet there's a lot of us who have imagined throughout our life that we were going to be this and that. Anybody? And you were going to do this and that, and some of them came true and some of them didn't. But the one thing you still have is your imagination. And you either use it consciously or unconsciously. And so I went to, let me just stop for a moment. I got real big, you guys, with this morning with this, all of this fun out here. I'm trying to get myself back in my body. So here, let me do this. I went online, and I don't usually read stuff, but I thought this is apropos because I pulled this out and I thought, okay, this goes for what's going on. Where is it? Okay. Metaphysically, innocence is the soul's original, unblemished state of pure being, representing a consciousness untainted by ego. Think about that. Guilt-free. Something formless that is pure. It's divine truth, and it's an omnipotence of good, meaning all the time good. Never just a little, but all the time. And it's often symbolized by children. This state signifies our oneness with that which we can't see. And it's important for me to remind myself every day to find a way into that. Because life is really crazy. There's really a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff pulling on us all the time, and we've gone from, I was listening to something the other day about a woman who was 101 years old, and a little kid was asking her questions. And she started talking, and it's like, no, we didn't have cars, we had wagons. No, we didn't have telephones. No, there wasn't electricity. No, we didn't have Game Boy. No, there was, and so I think about how much that woman has been asked about wars. Yeah, there were wars. Yep, there was that. So we're still in the world, and as human beings, as we've evolved, and when we miss the mark,
and we believe that we're less than, and we function out of fear and we act out of anger, then we keep producing what it is that we're seeing now. That's never changed. It's always been the same, and as we evolve, we get to see that there's a different way of being. There's a different way of having relationships with other people. And in the beginning, we blame what's happening outside for the problems that we're having ourselves, until we get to the place where we understand that we've been a contributor. Whether we did it well or not, we have been a contributor. And so this is where we become conscious of that, and we begin to act differently, and we adapt ways in which we forgive ourselves and we forgive others. And we begin to understand that we can interrupt our behavior by being quiet. And we learn to get quiet. And it's not something we do very well in the beginning because of this mad person inside us that has all these things to say. And then we live in a world, I remember living in a world with high heels and suits and a planner. Did I have a planner? Oh my God, I don't even think I had time to breathe. It was on my planner. This at this time, and this at this time, and this at this time. And then being a mother, then I was so proud of myself being a multitasker. I wasn't doing very well. I was just running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Put the laundry in, make the sandwiches. No, don't do that. Yes, do that. You know, and this spinning world that I was in, trying to keep up, until I crashed and burned. Until all of me, it was like mercury on the ground. You know, when you throw it on the ground, that's what happened to me. I just went to pieces. And I had to be put back together. But in being put back together, I started to have a lot of recall about myself as a soul. I got here when I was very young. I used to strip my clothes off. My neighbors would say, "Mrs. Scarlett, she's that way again." And I would be out watering, and I'd be talking to my friends because I saw these beings of light, and they'd show up, and then I'd say something, and my mom would get scared, and I'd think, uh-oh. And there were things that happened. You know, I'd be sitting at a table, and I'd be having a conversation with somebody and answer a question, and the person across from me, their face would just drain of color. And I'm like, oh, they didn't say that out loud. You know, or, you know, my mom would say something about, you die, and I'd say, and I was little, I said, no, you just go to another place, you don't die. And it frightened her. And so in that, the course of that, with all the things that were going on with me, and I saw colors, and I saw auras, and I didn't like it when people were mean to each other. It just broke my heart. I just got my heart broken very easily. I was very, very sensitive. And I didn't like the cruelty that was going on. And I tried to interrupt it. And then, you know, as you're growing up, it's not the best way to fit in. I didn't fit in so good. I tried, but I didn't fit in so well. And I think all of us go through that. We discover sometimes we don't fit in so well. And how we adapt to all these different things. We put on all these different masks, and we pretend we're going to be this way or that way. And so we lose ourselves. We lose that innocence. We lose that unblemished self until things happen to get our attention. And all of us have an awakening process in degrees. Some of us lose things. Some of us get ill. Some of us have a bad experience at work. Some of us go through life where we end this relationship and we do another one, and we do another one, and we realize the same thing's wrong in the relationship till you get it. Oh, it's me. I'm the problem in the relationship because you keep demonstrating the same thing over and over, the boss or whatever. We start to wake up in stages and we see how it is, what it is that's not working. First of all, that's what happens. We start looking at what doesn't work because that's how the ego, it's like separates it all out. And then we begin to remember things. We begin to remember that the beauty and the good, or we start looking at, oh, this is what's good. This is what I love. This is what I like to do. Oh, this makes me feel good. This is when I feel most real. This is when I feel the most safe or authentic or comfortable. And I don't mean comfortable in our addictions or all those kinds of things. I mean comfortable in just being us. So then it's like, okay, well, how do I find that again? And so the best way that I know is to go back to what's original in us, that's untainted and unblemished. It's there waiting for us all the time. I was asked part of this message, this fantasies, fairy tales, and first cause. I thought, do I have any heroes? Well, I had heroes, angels and Jesus Christ. Not very popular. I remember listening to music, and I would hear other sounds, other music that wasn't there, or voices that weren't there. And I thought everybody heard that way until I was older. And I thought everybody talked to God until I was older. And it was like, oh, no, they don't. I thought everybody had past life experiences. I had many spontaneous past life experiences. I thought that was just normal. And it's like, no, that's just you. There might be some other people out there, but it's not the favorite conversation. It's like I could feel people backing out of the conversation or away, or, they'd pray for me. and to pray for you. Like there was something evil about me. And I just loved everybody. I always wanted everybody to just feel like they could love one another. Get past their anger. Get past their shouting noise about, don't you see that this is wrong? Don't you understand? Don't you see it? And I'm like, well, that's not what I'm looking at. I see that, but I see that as misinformation grown into something big that looks real powerful, that's just messing everything up. I don't want to follow that. I don't want that to be where my attention is. I don't want that to be the nighttime information that follows me into my dreams and then makes me feel horrible the next day. Has anybody ever experienced that? It's like, no, I don't prefer that. I want to wake up like I did this morning when sitting in meditation, and it's like there were all kinds of birds outside just singing. The male birds were just singing their song, just look at me, look at me, look at me. And then this other bird, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. And they were just buzzing all over, and there was butterflies and my flowers outside and bees, and it was like nature on steroids. It's just gorgeous. I want to feel that. I want to feel that connection inside of me. I want music to make me happy. I want to look at something and just giggle and laugh for no reason. So my heroes were always the one that were the light bringers. Except for maybe the wizards. I liked the wizards. I liked the wand and the wizards, and you could do the, all of that. Well, I'll tell you a story. So Robert and I, when we first met, he took me up to Mammoth. That was he called it his place of power, and I had lots of experiences there. And the first time we went there, he wanted to take me into Bishop. There's this natural hot spring. So we got there, and I'm thinking it's some really big deal, and there's all these people with their little, backpacks, and they got their thermoses, and they're all going down there, and I feel this, and I start going down, and I'm like, no, I can't go there. And he goes, come on. I'm like, no, I can't go there. I'm feeling this feeling inside me. Oh, no, I really can't go there. So we turned around and left, and I don't know, a couple of years later, we come over the mountain, and we're going to Mammoth, and I go, we got to go there now. And he goes, now? And I'm, yeah, right now. I feel this in me. I feel this pull inside me. And so we get there, and he says, okay, I'll go with you. And I'm like, no, I got to go do this on my own. So I'm feeling this power inside me. I'm feeling this, what's going on inside me when I'm connected. And I walk down, and I'm looking around, and there's this group over here that's smoking weed, and there are these kids, and they're real loud and noisy, and there's somebody else, and of course I don't share this with anybody, so I feel safe with you. I'm going to share it. You're going to think whatever you think anyway. So I go down there, and I'm like, okay, I'm here. What the heck is this all about? Why am I here? So I'm kind of pissy about it. I'm like, all right, you brought me here, I'm here. So I wander around to a place where nobody's sitting, and there's this great big rock behind me, and I just sink down. And then I start seeing the pictures. And I've had experiences with this being before. I was a Native American in this lifetime. I was this skinny, pot-bellied, greasy-haired, little medicine man that had all this stuff, and I started remembering about the time that was there, and my tribe didn't pay attention to me, and the warriors created a war, and a lot of the tribe died. And so I'm like, okay, so what? What difference does that make to me? I'm a middle-class white woman. Why would this be important? And then I started remembering things, and I remembered as a child, I used to go out and call the wind, and it would come. And so I sat there, and I started remembering things, and I started remembering that I would go, and I would want to see animals, and they would just show up. Or I was in Mendocino, and we lived way, my son will remember this, we had to walk like a mile to get to our house across the creeks, and every day I'd hear these frogs, and they'd be chirping. We lived in this little one-room place over a creek. It was gorgeous, and I'd hear them, and I couldn't see them. And I'm like, okay, let me see. And then I saw them all, everywhere, every frog. And it lasted for a while and went away. So I've had numerous experiences about knowing things and being called to places and seeing things and having dreams of elves and fairies. And you know, it's like, so what? I was a struggling mother trying to take care of my family. I didn't have a particularly good job. I had lots of jobs. None of them were spectacular. But over the years, what I've discovered is I had those experiences so I would remember and recall that there's something larger than me and my little personality and all of us running around on the planet. And it's vast. And it's extraordinary. And it's just waiting for us to put down our doubts, our questions, our prove it to me before I'll believe it. That's what innocence is surrendering that to the part of you that just, the possibility. the possibility that it could be true. Think about the little kid who's told about Santa Claus and how that little kid will wait every day. Of course, we made it up, but do you think we made it up because there wasn't some kind of experience of it? No. All this fantasy and myth and stuff that we hear are sort of crossover experiences, because when they talk about the veil thinning, it means we move into our light body. And in our light body, we see through the eyes of light and love. And we hear through the sound of light and love. And we speak with light and love. And this is our mission now, is to engage in whatever you want to call it, that light body, that loving self, that presence, that where your skin and the outside sort of dissolves. Give yourself permission. What could possibly bad happen if you connect with the thing that made you? You know, there's a lot of boogeyman out there. I've seen them. They've showed up. I remember years ago when my kids were very little, and the boy's father was, he's an interesting man. But we went somewhere, him to get something to smoke, me to be with him, so he would get back to where we were at camping. We were all, there was about 14 of us. We were fruit tramping that summer. And we came to this great old Victorian house, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to go in there. But I went, and when I came back, this entity followed me. And I was in my tent, and I went sort of out of my body, and I was catatonic for, I would say, a good 24 hours. My family was a little concerned about me, but I saw the embodiment, the thought form of the devil. It was right here. I could smell it, and I understood it was a thought form, but I thought, what would happen if somebody didn't know that? And I was using prayer and my light body to get it out, to get it away. But I thought, well, no wonder people are scared to death. They have these kind of experiences. They don't know that it's a thought form. They don't know that the power, our collective power, creates and generates things and boogeymen and stuff that appears real. And when we take our energy out of it, what does it do? Just like the Wizard of Oz, when the witch is melting, I'm melting. That's what happens. When we take our energy out of our fear, that which has been riding with us in our emotional body and our thoughts, it begins to dissolve. And as we put our attention on telling ourselves the truth, that I am good and that I am lovely and I'm full of power, I'm full of grace, we still might have broken bodies and broken experiences, but what we have is a larger capacity to hold ourselves attuned to the divine within us. And this is how we get through these times. This is how we're brave when those thought forms have been in our face, or we've seen them online, and we get caught. Don't get caught. Be a hero. Put on your cape. Put on your sword. Dance. Be a fairy. Be whatever. But don't get caught. Just look at it like I did there is no way you are interfering with me or anybody that loves me. Not having it. Not going to have it. And I've had entities show up And I'm like, oh, you came to the wrong place because you're going to be transformed now into light. Like, come on in here. Let's just take all that and transform you into something else because you can. It's just energy. The only thing that's going to happen is somebody said, well, what would happen? And you know, the worst thing that happened, well, I could die. I'm going to anyway. Anyway, this body is, but I had a vision years ago during one of these times. I've gone through periods of lots of teaching. Okay, this is about other beings. Okay, we're going to have this chapter about other beings and other energy, and I think that closed. Okay, these are dreams. This is how dreams work. Okay. This is how your word works. This, okay. All these different chapters and things about, you know, how to be. Where was I? I was going to tell you something. I think I got lost. I think the important thing is to know that you can trust yourself. Along the way, when our sweet innocence started to get ruptured, and we started putting it away, and we started getting in the world, and the world was telling us stuff, you know, and we were doing the best we could, and they were doing the best they could, we lose ourselves. And then we don't know how to find that thread back into our authentic self. In the Bible, they call it the still small voice. Sometimes I wish it was loud. Sometimes I say, let that voice be louder than all the rest of them, you know. But you have to find that again. And then you have to trust it. You have to trust that it's going to help you to grow into more of your original self. Because wouldn't you want to? Wouldn't you want to drop all that stuff instead of carrying it to the next incarnation? You know, people say, well, I don't believe in that. And I'm like, you get to believe whatever you want. That's what free will is. So maybe I'm just making all this shit up, right? Maybe it's just all a pile of that. Huh? Well, I'm having a good time in it. I've had a lot of experiences that have come to me, and I didn't look for them. I wasn't waiting for them to happen. They just occurred. And it took me a whole lifetime to begin to understand and put them in a place where I could find stability, find some groundedness in my own self, and know, you know, how to contain that. When's a good time to talk about it? When's not a good time? What if I never talked about it to anybody? I got stories. I got so many stories, and I tried talking about it with my family, but it just kind of makes them uncomfortable. Some of them will have a little bit of it. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm going to tell my family I channel this huge big Indian that comes in and speaks in another language. Yeah, I'm going to tell them about those light beings that come in, or those great big columns of light that show up and go, okay, we're going on an adventure tonight. We're going to the Hall of the Brotherhood of Light. Okay, let's go. Yeah, right. I'm going to tell them that. Well, I just revealed it. Yeah. I'm just not going to be afraid of being who I am. All of us have to be who we are. And there's no quit comparing ourselves. We all bring something delicious. You know the story of stone soup? What if everybody only brought a carrot? How boring would that be? We each bring our own flavor, our own ingredient, our own silliness, our own brokenness, all of it. It's what makes life delicious. It's a smorgasbord. We're living in a smorgasbord of delight and wonder, and we're afraid of what's happening in the world. Stop it. We're just here to add something from the other side, something from the inside that's exquisite. Be poets. Be little children. Be silly. Laugh. Do, walk up to a stranger and say, gee, it's really good to see you today. They're like, who are you? What are you doing here? Or they might just go, well, thank you. I mean, it could be anything. You could put your foot in it, or it could be a good thing. But if you're not out there trying it on, you're missing out. Imagine that all those little things that we thought were true as a little kid. What if you could see those? What if those myths and fairy tales are just right here and we could see them? Huh? What if that could happen? Live with the possibility of the okay, I'm ready for. And then if something else shows up in your head that you don't like, go, just shut up. Or, okay, I've really had enough of you, and I am the wizard today, and I'm going to transform all that nasty shit into sparkly stuff. We can, So thank you for letting me play with you today. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being who you are. Don't put your light out for anybody. Let your light freaky shine everywhere. Love you.
Thank you, Reverend Sherry. Okay, now is our joyful time of giving, and it actually is a joy to give because you can't outgive God, right? You cannot outgive the source, but it can try. So there's a lot of ways to give to the center. I know I've mentioned before, we don't have a mother church. We don't have an organization overseeing us. It's us. This is our center. These are our doors. We're the ones keep the lights on and keep this available for us. So it is important to give to what nourishes you. What Reverend Sherry's talk, that innocence, what nourishes you. That's what we're giving to. And my practice used to be, I would write my tithe check, and that's the only thing I miss about having it come out automatically out of the bank is actually writing the check, because I would write it before I got paid. The beginning of the month, just write the check, and knowing that I will have enough to get through that entire month. And it's a great spiritual practice. So now it just comes out of the bank because I know it's already there, and I know that I have enough. So we give to this center because it fills us up. So there's a lot of ways to give. We have newsletters that come out and all kinds of events, calendars that come out. There's always a donate button. There's this great QR code. That's an easy way to do it. Or just have it come out recurring out of your monthly. Or you can write that check and put it in the basket today or send it in. But I invite you to open your hearts and give to this beautiful center that really does feed us all. And so how about Marcy? We have you come up and lead us through a spiritual mind treatment.
All right. Reverend Sherry and I were just trying to decide, does this hat go this way? Or does it go this way?
I think it goes the other way.
You the first one? All right. Somewhere my grandmother's smiling down on me as I wear her hats.
Oh, yeah.
All right. You think that's better?
That's what she said, you clipping.
Okay. All right, let's take our gifts and just, if it's something that's in your hand, you can hold it over your heart. If you give virtually, you can just put your hand over your heart, or you can hold the little cards from the white seat backs. And just know that you are one with Spirit, which is absolute abundance, absolute opulence, absolute flow. And so you cannot, as Reverend Belinda said, you cannot outgive God or outgive Spirit. And so just bless that which you are giving. Know that it's going out and it is multiplying and blessing everyone it comes into contact with, and then it will absolutely flow back to you and bless you as well. I dare you to try it. You will be amazed. And so with great gratitude for each and every one of you who is part of this center, giving to this center, gratitude for the center, and gratitude to know that flow is real and flow works, I just release this word into the law, knowing it is done, and together we say, and so it is. All right, we're going to pass those baskets, and we have another song.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today.
Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possession. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. On behalf of the Amani Center, I receive these gifts. It is an honor and a joy. I know they are pressed down and multiplied and going out to do good in the world and coming right back to you. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you, Michael. All right, we got kids. Are they just still out there having a good time? All right, Sarah's going to call the kids. Let's all stand.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine. shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. One more time. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
We had so much fun.
Clearly.
We did Imagination Day. Yay! And we imagined what it would be like to share our love. And so we asked them to draw a picture of what they would love to imagine happen and how to share that love through their imagination character. So, and our affirmation today was, here you go.
I shall love to others every day.
And do you want to share? Why don't you share your picture?
It's a mom dragon teaching the baby dragon how to breathe fire.
My favorite, sharing by example. That's a way to love. What about you?
The dragon is throwing away trash.
Dragon.
Loving the earth.
Thank you.
And we did an amazing book called Imagine a Day. That's amazing graphics. So, there you go.
Sherry, you take that.
Okay.
We did Easter eggs. They showed us in this book where we were going to hide eggs, and then they played.
Good job, guys. All right. Could reach out and grab a hand if that feels comfortable to you, and we're going to sing The Presence is Here together.
The presence is here. The presence is here. Love and spirit prevail on each face. The presence is here. Amen. The presence is here. And I will meet you in grace. I will meet you in grace.
And let that sweet innocence be the bridge and the doorway to love and to celebrate the life that you have with everyone.
Hey, Chris. All right. If you're able to help stack chairs, we're going to leave two columns here, and stack the rest.